Over the weekend, President Jacob Zuma released an update on the steps taken by the different departments to implement the recommendations of the Farlam Commission into the tragic events at the Lonmin mine in Marikana, Rustenburg in the northwest from the 11th to the 16th of August. The update touched on several points. The one we're focusing in on this morning is the state intention of the Department of Mineral Resources to suspend or cancel the mining right of Lonmin Plc if they do not speed up a recommendation for a compliant housing plan. In studio with us to discuss this is Abey Kgotle. He is the Executive Vice President for Human Resources at Lonmin, responsible for the said project. Good to have you. Thank you very much for coming in this morning.
Morning, Leah.
All right, so Abey, Lonmin released a statement yesterday. Let's just talk through it. You basically detailed the work that's already been done by Lonmin. Why does the update contend that you haven't met your commitments regarding the housing plans as yet? Why?
Well, our view is we have met the requirements. As we say in our statement, we submitted a revised housing plan in October 2014. And in terms of that plan, we, amongst others, committed to complete the conversion of hostels, which was done in December 2014. Secondly, we committed that we will start building the infill apartments, and we have commenced that process. We've completed phase 1 of the project. We're busy with the second phase of the project. In our engagements with the DMR in September this year, the department requested us to review housing plan. We are currently busy with a review based on the feedback that we received in September. So our view is we have complied. We've put together a revised housing plan. We are revising that plan following engagements with the department in September this year.
Yeah. So where is government coming saying that you're not up to scratch, the housing is not up to scratch, and you're not following procedures?
Well, my understanding of the statement by the president is that he's worried about the speed. He's wanting us to do more and a bit faster, which is the feedback that we got from the department in September. So amongst others, we continuously run surveys to understand our employees' preferences. The department has, for example, asked us to speed that up and to provide them with the feedback on the updated survey.
Why is it taking so long?
It hasn't taken long.
How long has it taken so far?
Well, I mean, the plan for that survey has always been that it will be completed by March next year, and it will be completed by March next year. The results will be shared with the department in March next year. We committed that we will spend R500 million over the period 2014 to 2018, and we are, on our way to invest that money in the infill apartment program.
The immediacy that the presidency is speaking about stripping Lonmin of its license, I mean, what are you doing to ensure that you meet this deadline? Because that's a big threat.
You see, our primary focus, Leanne, is on working with the department to provide this revised plan, which we've been asked to provide. And as I said earlier, this feedback came to us in September this year. And we have, in recent weeks, been constructively engaging with the department about what exactly they would like us to do. And we are committed to providing the department with a compliant housing plan, and we are committed to providing them with a plan that ticks all the boxes that have been presented to us.
I just want to get back to the housing, and you mentioned that some are complete, they're finished, they're ready. And I mean, I think we can cite the housing units at the Curry Housing Estate as being completed, they finished, they're ready. So why are people not living in them? Why are the miners not in there already?
You see, part of the process has been to also engage with our union on market-related rentals and agree on what those market-related rentals will be. We have now completed that process. The first group of occupants of the Curry infill apartments will be moving in January next year. We have actually just completed that program, so it's not like it's been standing for an extended period of time.
So when will they be moving in?
They're moving in January 2017.
In January.
Absolutely.
Given the Marikana disaster of 2012, the subsequent epic platinum strike of 2014, was enough urgency given to provide on the labour and social plans? Surely this is something that should have been put together very, very fast.
You see, I think we need to understand that the social and labour plans that were submitted in October 2014 are the second generation social and labour plan. As you will recall, we had the first social and labour plan which was submitted in 2006, and these plans normally run for a 5-year period. So at the end of the first plan, we submitted the revised plan to the DMR. Those plans were lodged in October 2014. We have this year been advised that two of those two elements of the plan have been approved. The housing element of the plan is yet to be approved, subject to this process that we're embarking upon with government.
Yeah. Let's just quickly throw forward to 2017. I mean, your outlook for the sector, considering the retrenchments and the difficulties facing the sector, do you, or particularly this year, I mean, do you see a bit of an upturn next year? What are the prospects from Lonmin?
Well, we think that the market conditions will remain very challenging for an extended period of time. We have now completed the restructuring. As you may know, we've had to sacrifice 6,000 jobs. We completed that process at the end of March. We've just concluded a 3-year wage agreement with the majority union. That gives us the breathing space to stabilize the business, to focus on getting the business running, and to focus on delivery on, amongst other things, the commitments that we've put forward in the social and labour plan. But we expect still to have a very tough period over the next few years.
All right, let's leave it there for this morning. Thanks very much for coming in and talking to us here this morning, updating us on what's happening at Lonmin. And over the weekend, President Jacob Zuma releasing an update of the different departments and saying that the Farlam Commission into the tragic events at the Lonmin mine in Marikana were there and that they needed to be complied with. Otherwise, Lonmin were going to lose their mining license. And Abey putting it on the record, but by March next year, all the miners will have the housing, adequate housing facilities, and they will be in there. So we'll have to follow up on that one. Abey Kgotle is the Executive Vice President for Human Resources at Lonmin, responsible for that housing project. Thank you very much for joining us on the program.